Thank you for choosing the good old couch as your entertainment provider. Please sit back and relax. We will be with you shortly.
and welcome everybody to a live stream of tonight's race. It is going to be on Spa Circuit. I do apologize for the the joining session that you will all be seeing. We are having an insane amount of technical difficulties this evening. But yeah, so let's just roll with the flow. You are going to be hearing from me, Anomaly, and then I have my amazing co-host with me this evening, Persephone.
Good evening, everybody.
Welcome, Persephone. As always, it's fantastic to have you with me. So yeah, it's quite an interesting start to this race. There is a lot happening this evening, guys. Unfortunately, we're having a little bit of problems with the server. We're having a case where some of the racers are struggling to join in. We also have a problem with Ace 555. He ran into some car trouble on his practice session yesterday. So we will also not have Ace joining in on the race this evening. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a lot to process.
A lot to process, but it's okay. We will still enjoy our race. We will still see a spectacular race from all the other participants. So yeah, we're still looking forward to the evening.
Yes, we really are. Yes, we are. My apologies, everyone. I am also so flabbergasted trying to figure out what's going on and just to give it presentable to you guys. But like Persephone said, we are looking forward to seeing what the other races will be doing this evening. I'm very interested in seeing Alf's pit strategy this evening, as Ace is his teammate. So we will be seeing an AlphaTauri single on the racetrack this evening. So I'm interested to see how he will pick up on that differences in pit strategy. And then for this evening, we also have Wasabi Baby joining in. I don't know if some of your viewers remember in our previous practice race, we actually had Wasabi in the comment section, just giving us a little bit of information and just spectating what was happening in the practice race. So I'm extremely excited to have her join in on the racing tonight.
Yeah, and I see we have a few other people that we didn't meet last week. So we'll definitely do a nice introduction to everybody, and I'll try not to say yellow car and blue car.
I think actually it quite suits our style, and most of our viewers I think is acclimated to the yellow car and the blue car and the silver arrows who's not silver.
Which is not silver, but technically last week we spoke about the people's names more than the actual cars. So we're creating an environment where people are going to vote for people like who's your favorite racer rather than who's your favorite car.
That is very true. As we also said last time, for those of our viewers who perhaps didn't have the opportunity to join in, the cars is set to equal performance. So just because you're driving a Mercedes doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to pull out ahead of the pack. So like Persephone said, I think it's going to turn into a who's your favorite driver situation.
Yeah, no, definitely, because if everybody's on equal footing, we can't look at the performance of the car. We have to look at the performance of the driver.
That's so true. That is so true. We're just waiting for the practice session to start, qualifiers to start, so that we can have a look at some of our races here. In the meantime, I would just like to welcome. Please excuse me if I'm mispronouncing your name, Siki and Swarticus, to our chat. Welcome, guys. I hope you enjoy the race.
Brilliant. I think while we're here and waiting for the practice run or the qualifying run to start, You should tell me a little bit about our new people. So I didn't meet Unfair Straw, Spectre Wolf, Danky Monkey. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Yes, let's have a look at what's going on our grid this evening. We have for Alpine, we have, I think it's Alpine. No, it's not Alpine. My apologies, everyone. But we have Unfair Straw joining in this evening. Like Persephone said, they weren't part of the practice race, so they are a new spectator to be watching this evening. Then for Alpine, we have Spectre Wolf and Danky Monkey. I'm just going to switch up there to Danky Monkey. He's pulling out of the pit lane for his out lap now. Spectre Wolf still in the pit lane. We'll circle back to him as soon as he is taking a qualifying lap out. Then for Mercedes this evening, we do have Hannibal and Wasabi Baby, like I said, who's joining in this evening for the first race of the season. Also her first race of the season, and also our only female driver on the track for the season. So yeah, we're extremely excited to be seeing what she's bringing to the track tonight. Then we also have Liz 88724 joining in, and like I just think we need to give some clarity out there. Although the player name is Liz, this will be Fawn Man via Twitter. For those of our viewers who joins in on our chats, you all know Fawn Man. He's quite active in our chats, and also a new player. Like we talked about it a little bit last week. All our amateurs have kind of like leveled up, if we can put it like that, during the previous season. And Fawnman is brand spanking new. I'm very, very excited to see what's coming from him. So if we do speak about Fawnman, please just know that it is Liz in the Aston Martin that we will be viewing. And then, like I said, we have Alf for the AlphaTauri. Unfortunately, Ace 555 won't be joining in this evening. However, I'm pretty sure he will be making up for it during the next race. And then, as usual, in the McLaren, we do have Faster Clucky. And everyone, I'm so sorry for stuttering, for falling over my words. Please bear with me this evening. It's been a day.
A day and a half to get the race started. We completely understand. I mean, it's normal then to feel a little bit flustered, but I do believe as soon as the race is on its way for a while, that will also calm down.
I do want to clarify myself, Anastasia, or Persephone, I apologize. Unfair Straw is actually also a female racer in this season. I just got clarity from Ace also informing me that we not only have Wasabi Baby as a female driver, we have Unfair Straw as a female driver as well. So guys, this is going to be one heck of a season. I am so excited. It's not every day that we get two female drivers in one league, so this is fantastic news, and I'm very happy to be clarifying myself on this.
Well, that's brilliant. So definitely people to watch out for. And like you said, I'm also excited to see what happens to Alf, because as we know, in the previous race there was some difficulty when he just pulled away from the start. Then he had some difficulty, and that really influenced his performance. So let's see what he does this evening.
I'm very excited. I actually wanted to call it a couple of seconds ago. We've actually had quite a few fastest laps now. First it was taken there by Wasabi, then after her Clucky, Then we have Danky Monkey pulling in on the number 2, and oh, my apologies, Alf just pulled in on the number 2 there, and the fastest lap for qualifiers so far being held by Spectre Wolf in the Alpine with a 1 minute and 44.
That's brilliant. Yes, we'll see how the others fare. We're still waiting for Unfair Straw and Hannibal and Farman's numbers, and we'll see how they fare.
I see we do have a disqualification that popped up on top of the screen just there. Unfortunately, we had Farman going the wrong direction. I'm not 100% sure what happened. Unfortunately, we won't be able to go back and view now, but I do believe that it's only for the qualifier that he will be disqualified. He will still be able to pull away in the race, and still it's going to be the at the bottom of the grid, but he will still be able to have a chance to compete there.
Oh my goodness, sounds like me when I drive and go up a one-way.
Oh, that sounds like me also, to be honest. That is my most hated of ways, is the one-way system in our great CBD area. I don't know how the one-ways work. And then I also want to just pull some attention to Hannibal that I am viewing at the current moment. He's pulling in a 1 minute 47 seconds, and Persephone, if you remember the last race, he qualified with a 1 minute 49, so we are already seeing a 2-second increase there for Hannibal for this race. So I'm excited to see what's coming from him this evening.
Yeah, no, also excited to see what's coming from him. Last week he told us that he was just getting into it, he was just getting used to it, and let's see if his strategy is different tonight.
I believe it will be. You can definitely see he's been spending some time getting used to his car, used to the track. We already saw a 2-second increase, which is fantastic. The qualifying time so far there is very, very close. I am giving a little bit of a view on Alf now. The previous race also just didn't go his way. He tried, but it was just one of those races, just like today was one of those days. But I believe that we will be seeing some great comebacks from Alf this evening, and hopefully some aggressive and clean and fantastic driving.
We're still waiting for Unfair Straw's qualifying time. Can we go and see where Unfair Straw is in the pit?
Yeah, I just saw that Unfair Straw is in the pit. I'm wondering when she is going to be putting up a qualifying lap. Like we mentioned, she's completely new to the league. She's also one of our new drivers. So I don't really know what to expect from her. I hope it's going to be some fantastic qualifying times, but also just to give her a chance to get used to her car, to get used to the track, to the way that that F1 works, and also just to have a look. She's probably sizing up her competitors there, so that's going to be fantastic to see. And then we also just had Alf put up, just as we spoke about him a couple of seconds ago, he put up the fastest lap for qualifying so far, qualifying on a 1 minute 44.340. So taking that from Spectre Wolf with a mere 17 or 27.027 seconds. So this is insane times coming up on the board this evening.
Yes, and I also read this is one of the most difficult tracks to do, so I'm very excited to see how they handle it. So as you mentioned in the beginning, we are at the Circus Spa Francorchamps, which is in Belgium. And as I mentioned, it was previously it's known as one of the most difficult tracks. So I'm very excited to see how they handle all the corners, how they handle that straight line where you can really pick up speed and then you have to do your corner turn. So I'm very excited to see how they do that as well.
Yes, and it is one of the tracks with very tight cornering, very precise placement of your car, very precise placement of yourself in relation to your fellow racers on the track. So, like you said, it's definitely a difficult track, especially to start out on. It is going to just show some skill and some dedication and some practice that went into the race this evening. And I do believe also it is one of the more older tracks. If I do remember correctly, and please feel free to correct me if I am wrong, I do believe it's a 1927 track.
So actually, the first race that they wanted to do, the inauguration race, was actually in 1921, but only one person actually entered that race, so they cancelled the race.
Oh wow!
So the first car race was held in this circuit in 1922.
Oh wow! Thank you so much for that, Persephone. It really is an old track, guys. It's a very traditional track. I believe to say that it's been a part of F1 for however long any of us can remember. So it's exciting to have them start out on this, and just to see what they will be bringing this evening. I see that we do not have anyone that is topping Alf's fastest lap so far. Oh my goodness.
Just as you said it, as you made your prediction, yes, just as you made your prediction that nobody is taking this fastest lap, Spectre Wolf clocked in at a 1.43570, putting him first on the circuit with the fastest time.
Oh, fantastic. I would also just like to make a correction to myself there. I see I have Swarticus also in the chat helping me out, just taking this day and running with it. We do have Spectre Wolf and Danky Monkey in the Williams, not in the Alpine. It is Unfair Straw that is in the Alpine at the moment. So it's going to be two blue cars, the Alpine and the Williams, or both blue cars. But I think we can distinguish it by the blue W, and I do believe the car is a little bit darker, if we're going into details at this moment.
I have to honestly tell you, I don't know if I'm going to spot the blue W, right? If the car passes us so fast, so I might say the wrong people's names, but I think that's why last week it also helped if we only spoke about the drivers.
Yes, I think that's gonna help us out a lot. Swarticus, I'm glad to have you in chat. Please, if I do fall over my terminology again, feel free just to pop me a message in there. I appreciate you pointing my attention to it. So yeah, and then we also have the Hannibal in chat, which is very funny because the Hannibal is also in the pit lane at the moment. So I don't believe we will be having him for long, but yeah, welcome Hannibal.
So Hannibal just wants to hear what we're saying about the racers at this moment, right? Seeing that he's listening to our chat. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, so Hannibal's for the moment he's chilling there in pit lane. He did mention he's scared of T1, which is the difficult corner that you did mention earlier. So yeah, I would like to just give him a few words of inspiration if I can do that. I'm also going to ask him for a few words of inspiration there in chat, but I would also like to give him a few words of inspiration coming from one of my most favorite people of all time, Audrey Hepburn, saying that nothing is impossible. Even the word itself says I'm possible. So please, Hannibal, take that with you. Show us some fantastic racing this evening. Yeah, we would love to see what you're bringing to the table.
I love that.
Thank you. It was very panicked words of inspiration just now.
Panic words of inspiration. I completely understand. But I'm sure the panic should be calming down by now. You know, oh my goodness. Did you see that when on your camera view they slipped a little bit? So,
let's go back and have a look. Yeah, I see Faster Clucky is there on the track. It looks like he's out on softs. Yeah, he's out on softs. I see what you mean. It looks like he's just having a little bit of a try out, keeping the car in a straight line, just maybe trying to figure out which lane he will be taking, how he will be positioning himself. So yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes, and then of course I am excited to see what Farnman is going to do. Even though he was disqualified for doing the one-way problem, you know, that would completely happen to me. I would be the person going the wrong way. So I am excited. I'm glad that they don't disqualify him from the whole race, though.
Yeah,
you know, that would have been sad.
I might be speaking under correction. I do believe that he will still be able to compete in the race. Hopefully, like you said, he will still have that chance to race this evening. Farnman, we resonate with you. We relate. We support you. Both Persephone and I would have been caught in the exact same position. So we completely understand. And I just would like to point out there to everyone and all our viewers that Farnman is completely new to the game. If I'm not wrong, I think he only started playing the game and driving as one of our racers over the weekend. So yeah, he's brand spanking new to this game. So it's something that can happen to any new player. When I first tried out the game, I just literally ran over the grass. I was doing an off-roading challenge and it went horribly. So we relate, we support you, Farnman. You've got this.
Yeah, no, he definitely got this. So it's funny that I think if I would have done this game, I would keep bumping into the walls, so they would probably disqualify me for like vandalism.
That's very possible. I would just like to have a look at Clucky here. I see that we did have a yellow flag. It doesn't look like he was the one who span out. But we have at the moment 2 minutes and 38 seconds remaining on the qualifier. So I'm just gonna have a quick look here at our grid. We have Spectre Wolf with a 1 minute 43.570, which is fantastic. Followed by Alf with a 1 minute 43.820. So Persephone, we're going to see a heck of a battle between Spectre Wolf and Alf this evening. Then in third at the moment we have Danky Monkey 69 with a 1 minute 44.760, followed by Faster Clucky in pass 4 with a 1 minute 46.609, Wasabi Baby in position 5 with a 1 minute 46.764, and the Hannibal with a 147.796. Unfortunately, we don't have a qualifier time from Unfair Straw as of yet, and as well as Farnman, who will be pulling away from the back of the grid. But yeah, so that's our grid so far. Let's see if anybody is still able to push up some of those lap times.
Brilliant, yeah, and of course the lap after this one is the formation lap, which I hear is a tradition in Formula One.
Yeah, that's actually fantastic. Maybe you can can tell me a little bit more about the formation lap. Last time I mentioned I have no idea what it is for. So maybe you can teach me something about it this evening.
Oh my goodness, my knowledge is limited.
Am I putting you a little bit on the spot there? I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine. So it's just the main reason for the formation lap, it's also known as the green flag lap parade, is to get all of the components to optimal operating temperatures prior to the race start.
Okay, so it's like just to a little bit warm up the tires and just have them get on the track.
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, fantastic. Looks like we have the grid. We have Spectre Wolf pulling away first, Alf second, Danky Monkey in third, Faster Clucky on fourth, Wasabi Baby fifth, followed by Hannibal in the sixth position, Unfair Straw seventh, and Fawn Man V2, W2 in position 8.
Yes, and I think we're going to stick with Liz as Fawn Man's name, right? Because you told us the story that to have this game you have to be part of EA Sports, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a very good idea.
Yeah, so it's quite funny that his name has been stuck to the how he opened the.
Persephone, I just would like to point your attention to the fact that our entire race team is in our chat at this moment. So yeah, all of those guys that were sitting in pit is now in the chat. So hopefully they're not texting and driving. Hey guys.
Oh my goodness, that is punishable by a fine and maybe even removing or points on your license. So you guys should be careful not to text and drive.
Guys, if you guys are texting and driving, I'm gonna punish you by changing your pit strategy to hard tires.
Imagine you could do that.
Imagine. But yeah, I would like to just wish all of our racers a good race. Just enjoy everything. Like Persephone said, it is formation lap at the moment. So we have Spectre Wolf with a very clean start there for formation. Followed by Alf, Danky Monkey, Faster Cluck. Unfortunately, we received some sad news in chat from Unfair Straw, who informed us that her game did crash. So we're going to be seeing or looking to see if she's going to be able to rejoin the race. If not, it's very unfortunate for her this evening. However, like Ace said in the chat, there is always Monza next week.
Brilliant, yeah, that it seems like it's not only us having technical difficulties.
Yo, this was an evening, hey? This was just like every part of technology was just like, nope, we're just noping out of here tonight.
And that's okay, technology sometimes does that, right? So we just live with it and we just continue.
Sometimes we all just need an evening for ourselves.
True.
Okay, so yeah, Ace did mention now for the moment Unfair Straw's position and car will be driven by a bot, as seeing as her game did crash. So yeah, we're just going to see what's going to be happening there. Oh my goodness, we have a disqualified there
for Wasabi and Fawnman, both were disqualified.
Yeah, we have a double disqualified there for Wasabi and Fawnman. Yeah, so yo guys, I don't even know. We're going to see what's happening now. Yeah, let's see. Wasabi, Fawnman, if you are disqualified, pop us there in chat what happened. Let us know. Yeah, so we're going to be seeing if they are still going to pull away or if this is now a disqualification for the entire race.
I'm completely shocked with this disqualification because I wouldn't even imagine what did you do to get disqualified.
Yeah, like please. What? What's happening here? Danky Monkey's disqualified. Hannibal's disqualified. What's happening? What's happening here? Maybe it's just a glitch. Okay, guys. My heart. We have a clean pull away there from Alf. Spectre Wolf trying to go in the inside line. Alf going a little bit off track there. Faster Clucky going completely off track there. We have the two Williams in front. So I see.
Oh, and there Alf goes.
Oh my goodness! It's Spectre Wolf that did not finish there. So I believe Spectre Wolf and Danky Monkey might possibly have collided there with each other. That's going to be a team contact on Arouge, which is quite a dangerous corner, quite a difficult corner to pull off. Yeah, so we do have a yellow flag on lap 1 of the race. Yeah, we have the safety car that's out there. So that will leave us with Alf in first position at the moment, followed by Faster Clucky, then Hannibal, then Unfair Straw, Danky Monkey, Wasabi Baby, Liz or Farnman, and unfortunately there Spectre Wolf, whoever did not finish.
So what does the did not finish mean? Does that mean Spectre Wolf can't race?
Yeah, so that means that he got so much damage on his car that the car's written off, so he will not be able to compete any further in the race for this evening.
My goodness, how realistic is this game? You know that.
Okay, so I do know that the league is set on very strict rules. So this game, or this league specifically, is following a very, very strict F1 rule guideline and settings and everything. So the penalties are quite strict. Everything is as per the actual F1 guidelines and rules. So yeah, it is quite a strict league. It might not be completely amateur friendly rule wise, but I don't believe that that's going to deter our racers in any way.
Yeah, this is just starting out so exciting, actually. I mean,
and just last week you said it wasn't as rough as you thought it's gonna be.
and look at this now. I mean, we already have a do not function or do not work car. We have people getting disqualified. I mean, I imagine if they get disqualified in the formation lap, they can get disqualified in the normal racing as well.
It's pandemonium. Okay, so we received confirmation there from the two Williams drivers, or from Spectre Wolf, that it was a collision between the teammates. Very, very unfortunate. That is not what you want to happen on the first race. So hopefully they will be able to go back to the drawing board and just have a look at what happened, why it happened, and just go from there to see if they can maybe pick up and learn from that.
Well, I learned something. Don't drive into your teammate. Right?
That's fantastic advice, Persephone. I believe it should be given to them.
No, I'm just joking. I mean, I have no possible way of how it feels to drive this track, to drive a car, to drive this game. I've never played. So I'm just joking. Of course, you don't go intentionally and hit your teammate. So
I just want to point out that poor safety car is like panicking in front there. He's like going his max speed, eh? Like he's trying his best.
yeah, so, but I mean, the safety car should now finish, right?
Yeah, so the safety car should almost be over. I do believe it will be over on the next lap. It is going to possibly come back if we're looking at how these guys are on each other's behinds. They're very aggressive at this moment. They're just waiting for the safety car to go off track. We're going to see some very, very aggressive driving as soon as the safety lap is over. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have Alf going into pit lane there. That's a very, very interesting pit strategy. It will buy him a lot of time because there is still one lap left on the safety car. That's an incredible pit strategy, Alf. I do believe that might have been his follow-up for the unfortunate event of Ace not being able to partake in the race this evening. But yeah, this is going to buy him a lot of time. This is basically like a free pit stop.
That is very clever.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Oh my goodness, we're seeing like all out Alf strats this evening. I'm so excited. I wanted you guys to see what Alf is able to do and what Alf is capable of last week. Unfortunately, he just had a day, but I'm thinking that we might be seeing some of that this evening.
Yeah, and last week you predicted you think he might even take the lead.
I think he might.
Do you still feel that way?
I think he might. I really do. I'm not at all counting out any of our other races. You can see that intervals are very close together at the moment, which allows all of them kind of almost an equal footing start. So we're going to see some aggressiveness as soon as this lap is over.
Yeah, I can see they're roaring to go. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah,
It was Clucky.
Yeah, Faster Clucky went a little bit off track there. I think it's just like the anticipation of the safety car pulling out and pulling away that had Clucky maybe just overreaching a tiny bit there, just having him go off track. But like I said, these intervals are very small, so it's going to be extremely hard for these racers to not cause any collisions or to not just out of sheer anticipation make a little mistake or two. So I'm hoping that all of them are keeping their heads level and cool and just applying what they've practiced.
Yeah, no, definitely, and I'm sure they will. I think, you know, as soon as you get into a race a few laps after the safety car, of course, then you will be more level-headed. I think at the end of the race, when we're here at lap 13, then that more aggression will come out just to get that final spot, that final push, just to get you into the position where you want to be.
That is true. That is so true. You can see Faster Clucky pulling out here in the lead. Our safety lap is over. The safety car is gone from the track. Faster Clucky just taking that opportunity, already building up an interval of 1.8 seconds on Hannibal. That is in position 2, followed very, very closely there by Danky Monkey. I'm just a little bit worried about what's going to be happening here because there was a collision between Danky Monkey and Spectre Wolf. There is a possibility that he does have damage on his car. However, he seems to be able to keep it on the road in perfect shape at this moment. So you're a little bit of a wobble there, building some distance between himself and Hannibal, giving Hannibal the opportunity to just go after Clucky, and then followed Danky Monkey there, followed by Wasabi Baby, also not a very big interval there. And then we have Alf fighting back from position number 5. He came out of the pit, he's already gaining a lot on Wasabi Baby in front of him. You can see the aggressiveness, he just wants the lead in this race. You can see how badly he does want it. And then we have Liz or Fawnman Vietweer here in position number 6. You can actually see some good driving there.
Yeah, no, definitely. And as you mentioned, he is very new to this game. He's been, oh my goodness, who was that?
Yeah, I apologize, guys. I just went a little bit too fast there. But that was a spin out there from Danky Monkey. We do have the virtual safety car. It is possible that there was damage on that car.
Well, you saw some pieces fly, so I'm assuming there was damage.
Definitely, I see we still do have the safety car out. I'm not sure. Yeah, you see, there, Danky Monkey. Yeah, that car is written off. Williams, unfortunately, out of the race this evening.
I don't even have words for that. I mean, I never realized that it was this strict, that you could actually damage your car in such a way that you won't be able to race.
Yeah, it really is very, very unfortunate. Yeah, it's very unfortunate for them. My heart goes out to them. However, I do believe that they will be making a comeback next week on Monza, along with Ace 555. Ooh, you can see a little bit of friction there on Faster Clucky's tires. However, keeping the car nice and straight. Yeah. Well, I do believe that it's going to be a heck of a season, Persephone. We had 2 safety cars in the first 5 laps.
In the first 5 laps, yeah. I mean, we might as well have given a spot to the safety car at this point.
Yes, I believe we do need to award the driver of the day there to the safety car.
Definitely.
I
second that.
Guys, please stay tuned after the race. We will be pulling the safety car in just to have like a post-race interview, because that safety car, like, he's been doing time on this track this evening.
Yeah, you all know I'm the driver of the safety car, right?
That's the best news I've heard all evening.
Yeah, but I do believe in speed limits, so that's why I'm so slow on the track. I don't want to get a fine.
I agree 100%. We have Clucky pulling in a little bit of a free pit stop here, going for the hard tires, which is quite an interesting choice. We also do have Alf on the hard tires, but I believe I know why I think I know why Alf decided to go for the hards, because he scored the pre-pit stop on lap, I think it was 3 of the race. I believe he's going for the hard tires to be able to carry him through up until the end.
So does that mean you won't need to pit again?
Yeah, so I believe that would be his pit strategy. He saw an opportunity there, he took it. He went for the hard tires to be able to last him the rest of the race, so that he will be able to build up that lead and maintain it. We actually have Hannibal in position 1 behind the safety car. Alf on his behind. He's just waiting there. I do believe that Faster Clucky actually did come out in position 3 after his pit stop. Yes, you can see him there. He's not even far behind Alf. He's a 0.63 behind Alf. Then we have, you can see Wasabi Baby pulling up there behind Faster Clucky, with a 0.65. The drivers are just utilizing the safety car at this moment, because I believe they're just using this time just to build up a little bit of a closer lead behind one another. So we are going to see some interesting things happen as soon as this safety lap is also over.
Yes, no, definitely. A more aggressive driving. We'll see if somebody damages their car so they can't race anymore. I mean, imagine we have an evening where everybody's car is damaged.
Oh my goodness. I don't even want to think about it. I just also want to pull some attention to Liz/Fawnman, that is also on a 1.3 behind the rest of the races. This is fantastic to see. Farnman keeping up there, just racing his heart out already. We're seeing some great driving from him. I hope that we will continue seeing it. I'll just keep an eye on him also throughout the race. And then we do have the safety lap just over now, so we're going to see Hannibal and possibly Alf utilizing this and just start to pull away, just to gain some momentum and some lead.
Oh no!
Unfortunate there for Hannibal. Luckily it's not damage or written off, it's just a heck of a lot of time that he will be losing. So yeah, you can see Alf just utilizing that opportunity, pulling away there. Faster Clucky, very, very aggressive there behind Alf, looking for any opportunity that might present itself at this moment.
Yes, I'm very excited to see this because we know from the previous race as well, Clucky does like to drive a little bit aggressively to get that lead, to stay in that lead. So I can see that he is really pushing to, and then he went off track.
Yeah, you can see again just the anticipation, just causing these drivers to make a little bit of a teeny tiny mistake here and there, go a little bit off track, and it is however going to cost Faster Clucky time wise, going from a 0.8 lead up to a 1.8, a 0.8 behind Alf up to a 1.8 behind Alf.
And I see Farnman is actually now in the 4th position. So he's beating the robot.
he did. And also there with Hannibal's spin out, it was actually a great opportunity there for Farnman to pass both Hannibal and Unfair Straw's bot at the moment. Actually not that far behind Wasabi Baby. He has a 6.4 behind Wasabi. And then I also just want to pull the attention there to Alf, who did get fastest lap there of the race so far. That was fantastic to see. We're actually seeing Farnman move up another spot. Wasabi Baby deciding to pit on lap 8 out of 15. I don't blame her. It's been a heck of a lap, guys. It's been a race.
So now if Farnman just pushes and he might get that lead, he might even stay in front of Wasabi.
It might definitely be possible. We have Farnman with an 11.1 at the moment. You can see him gaining time there. So I'm excited to see how he does push. It is going to be quite, I would say, a victory for him as well, to be able to compete in the way that he is already competing in this league.
Yes, definitely. I see Faster Clucky is now at a 1.3 after Alf. We were at a 1.8, so he's definitely gaining momentum.
He really is. We're seeing some aggressive driving from him this evening. You can see him pulling up there behind Alf. He's already up to a 1.0. We're going to see him drop under the ones. Yeah, just there. He's dropping under the ones. He's on a 0.8. This is going to be a heck of a battle. Alf is fighting to keep the lead there. And then Clucky now is in the DRS zone. I don't know if we noticed it up there. So that does mean that DRS is enabled. So yeah, we have Clucky fighting there to just increase the time there behind Alf. He really does want this first position this evening. However, we also do have Alf, who also wants this first position. So it's going to be a battle between these two.
Oh, no, definitely, and like we can definitely see Alf's skill. He's really showing us this race the skill that he has within this game.
Definitely, you're seeing some, like we're seeing a lot of clean lines, we're seeing a lot of clean cornering. You can see that he knows his car by heart, he knows the track, he has put in the time and the practice. Just look at him go around that corner over there, barely touching, taking the inside line. Beautiful cornering there from Alf.
We see Wasabi Baby is gaining again. She's just behind Farman on 0.61. Oh, something happened to Wasabi Baby.
Yeah, something happened to Farman there. I believe it might have been a little bit of a wobble, opening the line there for Wasabi Baby to pass there by him. So we do have Wasabi Baby gaining a position up to third, and Farman down to fourth position. However, great driving still from both of these races. Wasabi Baby does have a hell of a amount of time, excuse my language, to make up, to gain there on Faster Clucky. However, you are seeing some great driving there from her as well. However, yeah,
she just went into the pit.
Yeah, that's... Farman didn't go into the pit. We have Wasabi Baby going into the pit for the second pit. Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure what her strategy is. However, I believe it might be possible, because she's seeing the amount of time that she has to gain, that she might be pitting for soft tires to see if she will be able to use these 5 laps just to make up some time on the leaderboard there. So I think, if I'm reasoning logically, that might be the strategy that she will be following.
That does make sense to me. We see Farman there, 28.447 behind Faster Clucky. We see Faster Clucky lost a little bit of his momentum because he was 0.9 behind Alpha. Now he's at 1.7.
That is very true. We do see Farman keeping Unfair Straw's bot there behind him. This is actually some very good driving from him, being able to keep the bot also behind him. I do want to see what happened here. It looks like Alf did spin out. As soon as we switched over to Alf, you could see that he is coming back from the side of the road. So unfortunately, I believe there was a little bit of a spin out there for him, just opening that window for Faster Clucky to pass and take position 1, putting Alf in a 5-second disadvantage there. We have seen Alf come back from worse. This is very unfortunate for him. However, it did open up that window for Faster Clucky, who was driving very aggressively, putting a lot of pressure on Alf and on the rest of the racers on this team, just to be able to grab that first position. And now we're just going to have to see Faster Clucky go ahead and race his heart out just to make up a more of a lead time, to see if he will be able to keep that position 1 from Alf, who also just wants to grab it with a sore heart this evening.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'll definitely see if the pressure gets to him. I think having a 5-second lead does help.
It really
does. So it does alleviate some of that pressure.
I would just also like to go back. We actually cut this one short, back here to Farman, keeping not only Unfair Straw's bot behind him, but also Hannibal, who is on a 0.3 behind the bot of Unfair Straw, who I believe he will be entering the DRS zone. He's going to pass the bot very shortly, and then Farman fighting a heck of a fight here to keep these 2 racers behind him at this moment.
No, this is definitely something to see. We can see Hannibal is almost, he's just gonna, if he just, gets that correct corner or that just a little bit of stride, he will definitely go past that bot, and then Farnman will have to fight for his position.
Yeah, definitely. I'm agreeing with you there. We're seeing some aggressive driving from Hannibal. He really wants that position fall back. And after it, he's very close to a position 3 also this evening. It is going to depend on his exit of the corner. You can see that unfortunately there he faltered a little bit, and we also do have a 3-second time penalty there going to Liz / Farnman for cutting the corner there. However, you are seeing that the exit of Hannibal isn't necessarily bad. It's a clean exit. He's putting his heart into this. And he's really applying the pressure there.
No, definitely applying the pressure. He passed the bot, and now his next target is Farnman. Oh, and there he goes.
And there he goes. I'm just going to have a quick look here at Farnman. Really nicely opening up there for Hannibal, who clearly had who had a higher speed. Farnman, some good sportsmanship there from him, opening up for Hannibal to pass and take that position 3 lead. And we're going to definitely be seeing Farnman fighting to get that position 3 back. I'm very, very impressed. This is excellent sportsmanship from such a new driver this evening.
No, definitely. And now if we go back to Alf a little bit, I see he's on the 0.834 seconds behind Fastaklaki, so he has definitely made up for that 5 seconds that he lost.
He really did. He closed that 5 seconds in no time at all. You can definitely see the aggressiveness here. He really does want this position 1. Very clean cornering there. He's applying a lot of pressure there on Fastaklaki, who's also keeping a very, very straight, good line there. So it's unfortunately for Fastaklaki, Alf is going to be in the DRS zone, and he's taking very good cornering there. There's 2 laps left of the race, so we might actually see Alf pass within these 2 laps. It is definitely within his capability, just as it is within Fastaklaki's capability to keep him behind him. So yeah, we're going to see a heck of a fight between these 2 guys for these 2 laps.
No, definitely, and it's a very exciting fight. We can see there that Farnman went behind the unfair straw spot car, with Sabi still fighting for her position as well.
Yeah, with Sabi
it seems
also,
like Farnman.
Sorry for cutting you off there, Persephone.
No problem. I see it seems like Farnman is really close to overtake that unfair straw spot car.
Definitely, he's definitely very close. I'm going to keep our camera, my apologies, on our camera on these 2 at the current moment. This is going to be the fight for first position, but we are seeing excellent time being made up there by Wasabi Baby, already on a 17 second, down from a 28 second. We had an excellent exit just here from Alf. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to have to pull a bunny out of a hat this evening.
Are we pulling bunnies again? Do you remember it's a rabbit?
Let's have a look. Fastaklaki opening up there. Very good sportsmanship. Alf passing Fastaklaki, taking that position 1 back there. That DRS that kicked in there, just giving him that little bit of a boost to be able to overtake that position there for pass 1. Fastaklaki opened up very nicely. Great sportsmanship being shown this evening by all of our racers. I'm extremely proud. Alf pulling away a little bit there. He's already on a 0.7 lead. And yeah, we might actually be seeing an Alf POS 1 finish. I was actually very sad last week because I was hyping all of us up for this and then he just had a day, but he's definitely making up for it this evening by some great racing. I'm just quickly going to have a look here at Fastaklaki falling falling a little bit behind there. Alf is really just pulling away. He wanted that position 1 and he went ahead and he took it.
I know, some brilliant driving. It's amazing to see how he went from that 5-second delay or disadvantage to now having a 2.369 second advantage over Lucky.
That's very true. That's very true. Persephone, we are entering the. Ooh, we had a little bit of a wobble there. It might cost Elf a little bit of time. Faster Clucky might be just grabbing this opportunity. You can definitely see it went down from 2.4 down to 2.0. Faster Clucky is going to try to make the best of this opportunity. However, I just wanted to mention that we have entered our last lap for the evening just now. I wanted to say something more and then I just blanked, so let's just stick with just now.
Just now it's fine. I mean, it's very clear. Last lap, just now.
No one can say false advertising.
No one can say that. In the previous race, they might have said it, us pretending that we're so professional. Faster Clucky, they're going a little bit off-road.
Oh yeah, those tires are a little bit worn out there. He's having a little bit of trouble keeping that car on the road. We have some very, very good clean racing from Alf. I do believe that he might be taking pause 1. I'm just going to keep the view on Alf for a little bit, just to watch him go over that finish line. Clark is really putting in the effort.
Pushing, yeah.
He's really
definitely is. Yeah. I see Farman via Twier went to our last position, so something clearly happened over there.
Wasabi Baby making up some time, but I just want to reiterate that we do have Alf just going over the underneath the flag there. Clucky went through the flag there. We have our first position, Alf in first position for the Alpha Tauri. It's the Alpha Tauri. And then we have Faster Clucky in second position for the McLaren. He's going to be followed by Hannibal. Let's just have a look at what's happening here. He's definitely going to be followed here by the Hannibal in third position for Mercedes, and then we have Wasabi Baby also following in fourth position. She really put up a fight. Hey, she fought up. She did a 2 pit stop race. She fought up from 24 seconds up to fourth position. Fantastic for her first race back. I really enjoyed watching her also this evening. I knew she was going to not only surprise us but pleasantly surprise us. She will be going over the finish line in fourth position for the Mercedes. It's Wasabi Baby. She's going to be followed there by Unfair Straw's Bot, and then it will also be Liz/Farman via Twier.
That is brilliant. That was some brilliant racing. It was definitely a very exciting race. People being disqualified, vehicles braking, and some aggressive driving. It was definitely very exciting.
It really was. Congratulations also to Alf for driver of the day. Yeah, we're going to watch the podium ceremony quickly, just to also get a look there at our grid afterwards. But we will be having
some post interviews.
Yeah, we will be having some post-race interviews just now, as soon as these racers have finished celebrating their podium. So yeah, we have Alf there in first position, also with the fastest lap and driver of the day. Then we have Faster Clucky in pos 2. We have Hannibal in position 3, followed by Wasabi Baby in position 4, Unfair Straw's Bot in position 5, followed by Liz/ Fawnman, position 6, and then unfortunately Danky Monkey and Spectre Wolf not finishing this first race on Spa. Meaning Williams is out of this first race. However, they will be having the opportunity to make a comeback there by Monza. And then we please ask everyone to just stay tuned for 2 seconds. We're just going to have a little switch around. Just go down to the pit lane, congratulate all of our drivers, just have a little bit of that champagne, and then we will be right back with our post race interviews. Welcome back, everyone. Again, we had a little bit of an audio problem. Technology is just not on our side this evening. However, I'm so happy to be in this post race interview with my co host, Persephone, and our third place driver today, Hannibal. Welcome, guys.
Well done, Hannibal. Well done.
It got a bit nerve-wracking there for a few laps, but hey, well, I would like to declare the Mercedes teams have driven a good drive today. We did not cut any grass. I just spun out once, even though it's the safety car's fault because it's too stupidly slow. But anyways, we take what we can get. As a team, we've got the most points for the season so far, so we'll take that.
Oh, fantastic. Well done, Hannibal. Like I also said to Persephone, just from your qualifier already, it was a 2-second increase from the last race last week. So how do you feel about that?
Well, considering I drove one GP per day essentially up until the practice or to practice for this race, so if I didn't improve, I would have been very pissed off.
It was fantastic. It was fantastic to watch you this evening and to just see some of that aggressive, clean racing that you presented. It gave us a lot of excitement. I just want to know, how did you prepare for this race?
As I said, yeah, I caught you off guard because I already answered it. No, I literally for the last week or so, I have been driving this track every single day vigorously and just trying different car setups. And I found something that stuck and I was able to get consistent driving out of it. See, I'm not really at the point yet where I'm comfortable racing, but driving the car, that I can manage. So if I can just dodge other dive bombers and missiles that's coming into the corner there, I'll survive. Hopefully.
Well, it absolutely, absolutely didn't look like you weren't comfortable. You looked at home on the track. You looked extremely comfortable. Um, what can we expect to see from you for the next race?
If I'm not mistaken, the next race is Monza. I am pretty familiar with that track. I practice quite a lot on that track just in my free time. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Can't really guarantee or win or anything like that, but the team will do their best. With regards to myself and Wasabi, we care more about how we drive as a team as per getting individual stats up. So if we can always just manage close finishes, whether it's low in the field or high on the field, then we at least guarantee the most amount of points together.
Fantastic, and that was so obvious this evening. It was fantastic seeing this amazing racing from you, and I believe myself and Persephone is extremely excited to see what you will be bringing to us next week.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Wonderful.
Hannibal.
Thank you, Hannibal. Everyone, we will be pulling in our position two driver for today. Our position two, Faster Clucky, in the McLaren. Position two, welcome, Faster Cluck.
And well
Thank you very much.
done. And well done
Thank
with your race. It was such an exciting race.
Oh, yeah, it was such a fun race. We had so much fun. It was eventful. There was a lot of stuff that happened.
Faster Clark, we saw some amazing aggressive driving from you this evening. You really wanted that position one. You were fighting for it. It was fantastic to behold, and we saw some great sportsmanship from you, opening up for Alf to pass there. How did you feel when you opened up for Alf with the DRS to pass at such a late stage in the race?
Yeah, well, what 2 or 3 laps previously, he spun out at the last corner, and that gave me the chance to take the lead. And I had a 5-second lead, which I thought I just hold this. We were actually chatting on Discord, and I thought, yeah, he's probably going to catch me by the last lap, but I might still handle it. But then, yeah, I messed up the middle sector a bit, and he caught up, and I knew as soon as we were past the start line, he's going to get DRS. And yeah, it's no use fighting it because I know I still have a chance. There's still couple of 5 or 6 laps left at that point. So yeah, we can. There's still a lot of racing to be done. He can still mess up. I can still mess up. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had. It was such a wholesome race. We didn't have any issues. We didn't. Yeah. I never felt that any of us were in danger apart from first lap.
I just wanted to say maybe you didn't have any issues. The rest of us had a lot of issues this evening. But it was fantastic seeing you just rise from that, seeing clean cornering from you. I just want to know, how did you prepare for this specific race? This is one of the most difficult tracks to drive. You did exceptionally well. We saw aggressive driving. It was just like you were at home on this track.
Yeah, so Spa's not really one of my favorite tracks. It's very tricky. It's not like most tracks, it's a high speed track or a low speed track. This is a mix, and it's very difficult. So I did a bit of practice over the weekend and this morning as well. And my quali just didn't work out. My quali was terrible. I was second and a half off my time trial pace, and I just thought, okay, you know what? I'm starting in the middle of the pack. If I can just survive turn one, then I can just push through the field. And luckily that happened. I took a wide line on turn one, a bit too wide, went past that curb on turn one. But luckily that gave me a little bit of the gap, so I missed the crash entering Eau Rouge. So yeah, from then on I just knew just be consistent, and there's a lot like this will happen in the race.
That is 100% true. 100% true. My apologies. Persephone, why don't you take it from there with our last question for Faster Clock before we proceed with the post race interview?
Brilliant. Yeah, I just want to hear your opinion about the previous race that you did and this race in comparison with the tracks. How did you feel about this track? I know you said it's a difficult one because it's fast-paced and slow-paced, but in comparison with last week's track, how do you feel about the track?
I like this track a bit more. Austria is a great track. It's a high speed track, but it's one of those things. One small mistake and your whole lap is ruined. On this on this track. Luckily, if you make a mistake in sector one, you can make up for it in sector two. And there's a lot of small things that can go wrong from anyone. There's almost 20 turns in this on this track, so there's a lot of opportunity for anyone to make a mistake or to take a corner a different way. There was, I'm pretty sure you saw on the stream, there was a couple of times I went a bit wide because I'm trying a different line. Maybe I can build up some speed, and then I thought, okay, no, that didn't work. So you can experiment a lot, which is why this track, I think a lot of people like it, and if you're used to it, it's a great track. But yeah, it's tough. It can either go your way or not, like we saw now. For some people, it went very well. For other people, it didn't. Yeah, it's just that's the fun thing about racing. It's a big gamble.
That is such wise words, Faster Clucky. It was fantastic watching you race this evening. You gave us such a thrill. We are extremely excited to see what you will be doing on Monza next week, where you are at one of your most comfortable tracks.
Oh yes.
We are extremely excited, and thank you so much for joining us. And well done.
Ah, thank
Well
you very
done.
much. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Definitely. Guys, that was our position to Faster Clucky. I would like you guys to help me welcome our not only our position one and the winner of tonight's race, but also our driver of the day, Alf ZA.
Hello.
Hi, Alf. Well done. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Well done, Alf. Well done. It was fantastic watching you drive this evening. I told everyone, I told our viewers, I told Persephone that we will be seeing amazing things from Alf this evening. And I want to start off the interview with that change in pit strategy. How did you come about that?
Well, I just reckoned after the first safety car, I was like, well, let's take a gamble, put on the hards, and just go for it. I mean, the hards was pretty good, and I just said the softs are gonna fall off pretty quick. I was thinking about pitting lap 5 maybe or 6 with the softs in any case for mediums. So I thought, well, with the safety car, I'll just put on hards, and whatever happens, I've already pitted, and let's just go for
That
it.
was that was amazing. It's like you just saw that opportunity, you took it, you utilized it to the best of your abilities. And I think it must have been quite a hasty change in pit strategy with the car troubles that Ace Triple Five picked up. How did you deal with that sudden change in the events of this evening?
Well, I mean, what can you do? It's if it's there's technical difficulties and car difficulties, you just do what you have to do and do your job, and I delivered for the team.
Definitely. You have such adaptability. It's fantastic just watching you drive, watching you just show everyone how it should look when you know your car, when you know your track. I think I'm going to hand over to Persephone as well, just to get in a little more questions there for you regarding this evening's race.
Yeah, brilliant. So, Alf, we saw last week that there was a little bit of difficulty with the track, and of course, tonight you took first place. How does the two tracks compare for you?
On last week's track, I literally decided to race 5 minutes before the race started, so there was zero prep. Um, but that said, the Red Bull Ring is notorious to be very slippery. So that was slip and slide, lots of turns and spins. Tonight's track spa I was a lot more comfortable, and I felt more prepared, if I can say
Yes.
it like that. So I
Yeah,
think
and
that's the most important thing.
yeah, brilliant. And how did you prepare for this race? Did you put in some extra time?
Yeah, I did put in more time than I thought I would, to be honest. Just before the race, I also put in some time trials. But yeah, Spectre Wolf, unfortunately, he crashed out in lap 1. But last week, he had a great showing. So I think that pushed me to do some extra laps this week.
It is so fantastic to hear just the challenge that our drivers present to each other and the challenge that you guys take from each other's racing. We're seeing such good sportsmanship. We're seeing it's such an exhilarating league. As of yet already. I would just like to know what's your strategy going forward for next week for Monza?
Go as fast as I can and try to win it again.
We have never in our life heard any wiser words. Again, congratulations with not only position one, but also driver of the day, Alf. You completely deserved it this evening. You put on a fantastic race. It was amazing to behold.
Thank you. Glad you guys enjoyed it.
Thank you, Al.
Cool.
Thank you, Alf. Everyone, that this was amazing, even with all the difficulties. Persephone, thank you for standing by me this for calming me down and for just putting in that little bit of extra and that extra personality that you always bring to our races. And I enjoyed presenting with you thoroughly this evening. Everyone, thank you guys for joining in. Thank you to all of our racers. It was a tough race. We relate with you. I will be sending all of you smileys on WhatsApp or Discord. So, yeah, thank you guys. Thank you everyone for joining. It was fantastic. That's going to be us this evening. Thank you for joining us for a good old time on the good old couch. So yeah, that's going to be me. I'm Anomaly and my co-host.
I'm Persephone. Thank you.
Fantastic, everyone. May you have one splendid evening. Cheerios.
Bye.